near them. But anyway, here's a patient, this poor guy, he wakes up in an Australian hospital, right? And he thinks that he is really in bad shape. And he asks the nurse, "Did you bring me here to die?" And the nurse says, "Nah, mate, we brought you here yesterday." Get it? To die?
Oh, yeah.
To die.
Okay. Now, you don't get to see people in Canada, right? So this is a straight up Canadian joke. 2 Canadians die and they end up in hell. Oh, they're in hell. What did we do? Right? The devil decides to pay the Canadians a visit. So he walks into their room and he sees them talking and laughing. They're enjoying themselves. Well, the devil's confused and he asks them, "Why are you so happy?" And they tell him, "Oh man, where we come from, we're just so sick and tired of the cold all the time. And this place is nice and toasty." Well, the devil, he's annoyed. He storms his way to hell's boiler room. Says, "Oh, they think this is warm. I'll show them warm. Turn up the temperature," right? Just turn it up as high as it'll go. And he goes back to the Canadians. Along the way, he's running to all the other damn souls, and they're begging him, "Please turn back the heat back down. We can't stand it. No." And he enters the Canadians' room, and the Canadians are having a barbecue. They're just enjoying themselves. They're just loving it, right? And the Bill's like, "What do you think you're doing?" And the Canadians go, "Well, we can't pass up this wonderful weather without getting out the barbecue." Right? Now, the devil gives it a thought, and he says, "You know what? I'm going about this the wrong way. These guys are sick and tired of the cold. Now I got an idea." He goes to the boiler room, and he says, "Turn it all the way down, right? Turn it down until it's colder than it's ever been on Earth, right?" Okay. He's won now. Now it's freezing. The Canadians are sick of cold. He goes back to the Canadians to visit them, and they're all happy and cheering and dancing around. And the devil's absolutely furious, saying, "Why are you still happy?" And the Canadians shout at the same time, "Hell froze over. That means the Leafs won the Stanley Cup." And with that, we'll head things off to Synnove.
Yay,
Synnove. You don't have to get up here because she has to.
Hey.
Oh, I probably could get up, but I don't think I'll chance at this time.
Okay. We understand.
It's okay.
I found a joke through Google, and maybe this won't be understandable unless you're from Minnesota, unless you're of Scandinavian descent, but here goes. It says on it, "Warning, Minnesota computer virus." You get the email, and it says, "We have just sent you the Norwegian virus. Since we don't have any programming experience and do not know how to actually damage your computer, this virus works on the honor system. Please forward this virus to everyone on your mailing list, and then hit your hard drive with a hammer. Thank you for your cooperation."
Yeah. Oh man, if I got an email like that, that would be funny. Yeah.
Hilarious.
Holy Selena, I can get you whatever you want, a new mink, a diamond, a big boat. And Lena says, "I want a divorce." And Ole looks down. He says, "Oh gee, I wasn't thinking about spending that much."
There's your joke for you.
Oh my God, that's so true. Oh my God.
Ole, he was digging around the barn one day, cleaning out some junk in the haymow. And he found an old framed mirror, and he looked at it, and he cried out. He says, "Well, what do you know? It's a picture of my pa. I never even knew that I had it." And so he started to get all sentimental about how much he loved his dad and how much he missed him since he passed away many years ago. And he wanted to show it to his wife Lena, but then he thought, well, no, she never liked my pa, and she'll probably take the picture and destroy it. So he decided to keep it hidden in the barn, and every time he'd go down to the barn, he'd get out the mirror and look at his pa again and get all sentimental again. his eyesight had never been that good. And it soon got to be that he was spending so much time in the barn with the mirror that Lena started to wonder what he was up to. So one day she went out to the barn when Ole was gone to town, and she started digging around, and lo and behold, she found the mirror. And she was as angry as the dickens, and she hollered out, "I knew it. So this is the old hussy he's been fooling around with."
That's great.
I got one more. Ole and Lena and little Ole went to the big city for the first time. They were walking down the street, and they looked in the window of the big buildings, and little Ole spotted something that caught his eye. And he ran into the building, and big Ole and Lena followed him. There they all stood in front of a shiny metal door. It was cut into the wall. A chubby, elderly, gray-haired lady walked up and pushed the button on the wall next to the door, and the door opened. She walked into the little room behind the door. The door closed, and the numbers above counted up and then down again. The doors opened, and a beautiful, well-built young lady walked out. And little Ole says, "What kind of a machine is that?" And big Ole says, "I don't know, little Ole, but push that button and shove your maw in there." And that's
Wish I
what
could
I've got
get in
for
there.
tonight.
That's all you got for tonight. Well, give it up, Synnove, everyone.
Yay!
Yay,
Synnove!